Hello friends, what's going on? Welcome back to Football Yannick, your daily dose of footballing stories, I suppose, or at least my commentary on the biggest, well, yeah, I'll say the biggest footballing stories, but actually, I pick and choose what I want. What an intro. Look, welcome back guys, how's it going? Today we are, of course, again, following the big story in world football, which is Isak forcing his way out of Newcastle, the best striker on the market. But is he on the market? Because Matt Law writes on the Telegraph, Newcastle will not be bullied into selling Isak after rejecting Liverpool bid. Yes! Strength and power, Newcastle. Do not be bullied. No bullying. No bullying. We're going to find out what's going on here. Look, this is huge. He's refused to return to Newcastle. He's training with his former team away in Spain. Real Sociedad. And he wants to go. And I think he's behaving a little bit like a knobber, I must say. It's giving Thibaut Courtois. The guy has got 3 years left on his deal. He's only 25. So, Victor Gyökeres didn't, come off the best when he left Sporting. But he's like 28 or whatever. He's the few years younger, Isak. He's playing in the Premier League. He's playing in the Champions League next season. And they've just won a trophy. He could at least, for the club, this is my opinion, that platformed him to become this guy, be like, yeah, I can see you're in trouble squad planning-wise and squad development. I'm not going to stitch you up by leaving right now, because you've done a lot for me, and I'm only 25, and I've got 3 years left on my deal, but I do want to leave. I do have ambition, so I'll go when I'm 26 and not 25, and we can all do the right thing. That's just my opinion. Who am I to tell a guy what he does in his career, but, it seems a bit mental to me. Anyway, welcome back. Thanks for your support, guys. There's lots and lots of wonderful momentum here on the channel. Like I said, daily content, of course. And if you find yourself enjoying it, I'm grateful about that. I really am. And let's see where we're at. At time of recording, we are... That's the wrong YouTube channel. We are at 19,113. Drip feeding, but it's, very close to the 20,000 target. So thank you for the continued support. Let's see what Matty Law was saying on the Telegraph then. Newcastle United are adamant they will not be bullied into selling Isak. It feels like they've already been bullied. They wanted Delap, he went to Chelsea. They wanted Joao Pedro, he went to Chelsea. They wanted Trafford, he's gone to City. They're not getting any of their targets. And they wanted Ekatike. Liverpool snatched him. Liverpool are bullying. They're bullying Newcastle. This would be the ultimate insult after taking their final and latest striker target after losing the first two, Ekatike, after making that their third striker target ripped away from them, to add horrendous insult to injury to take their star man away. It's grim scenes, but of course this is coming from the player himself. They want to find a replacement first if they do sell him. They've rejected a bid that fell well short of their £150 million valuation. Whatever happens, Liverpool are breaking the transfer record twice in one window. Twice in one window. Now, Chelsea did it twice in 2 windows. So we are guilty as well, my mob, but not in the same summer window. Yuck! Vulgar! Vince and then Isak, or Isak, should I say? Yucky, you guys are gross. Look, man, it must be, I'm obviously being silly. Liverpool are comfortable in PSR, but, let the austerity Liverpool Jurgen Klopp, we can't compete, we don't pay big transfer fees. That is gone, bro. No Scousers can sit on that narrative after spending, 100 million euros on Nunes, 95 million euros package on Ekatike, loads for Wirtz, a transfer record, loads for potentially Isak, a transfer record. These guys can no longer say they're broke and we do things differently. We do things properly, differently. We don't spend a lot of money. We bring players through. No, your academy star boy's gone to Real Madrid and now you're spending all the money. You're 2004 Chelsea. I'm saying that as a Chelsea fan, by the way. Yes. So Liverpool have made their first official move for Isak, who is said to have been training, of course, at Real Sociedad after refusing to travel to Newcastle's pre-season trip to Singapore and South Korea. It's believed that Liverpool are willing to structure a deal worth in the region of 120 for Isak. Right, so let's talk about that. Hold on. I needed to drain my coffee for this video. Yeah, so structuring a deal for 120, right, could mean a lot. It could mean, I will give you £90 guaranteed. £90? £90 million guaranteed and 30 in add-ons. And that 90 will come in 3 installments. So you get 30 the first year. And that leaves Newcastle, who need to buy 2 strikers now, you know, and with a 30 million, like, and losing their star man, like, what do you want me to do with this? They should just say 150 million all up front now. Obviously, that would never happen. If they got 150 million in a structured deal, they would take it. They would absolutely take it. But they need a lot up front, bro. So they could, as much as 120 sounds like a ridiculous amount of money, and of course it is, it could be structured in what is deemed really, really unsatisfactory way for the Toon. So, Liverpool are willing to structure a deal for the 120 million, although sources have told the Telegraph Sport that opening bid fell under the figure a long way short. And again, they keep saying they think he's worth 150. And I must say, I don't think, you know, the market's broken and it's just a dumb number. But why not? In this instance, in this scenario, yeah. Because you're screwed. 150, you know, it's going to screw you up so much. And they've mugged you off. They've mugged you off big time with the whole Ekatike thing. It's almost like, look, if you don't sell us Isak, we're going to sign your preferred and main target, Ekatike. And they did that. And then they're like, and we're going to take Isak anyway for lols. That's what, and no wonder the whole bullying thing is happening. Neither club has commented on Liverpool's first bid for Isak, but it has clearly caused more annoyance and frustration inside Newcastle. It's bubbling up, it's percolating. Despite pressure from Isak, his advisors, who are his advisors, by the way, what you should do is not turn up to training and force a move now. Lol. Newcastle are determined to not be bullied into selling their star striker without finding a replacement they believe is of the same caliber. Yeah, mate. Good luck with that. Or has the quality to become him. Potential to quickly be this. To quickly be, at the very least, quickly become Isak. Where are these strikers that are just going to quickly become Isak? Yeah? They are not here. Newcastle have made a move for RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko. Look, he is not Isak, and I'm sorry, he's an interesting profile. He's got a high ceiling, but he does not seem like the striker who's quickly going to become Alexander Isak either. They face competition from Man United, who are currently rated favourites to sign the highly rated Slovenia international. And yeah, look, amongst all, you know, the odds in this world, Man United is still getting players preferring to go to them. They've still got the historic pull / high wages. It's still Man United. Do you know what I mean? Even though they've been crap for a little while now. The North East club are deliberating, should I say, over a new bid for Brentford forward Yohan Wissa, who's also believed to be interested in Fulham's Rodrigo Muniz and Chelsea's Nico Jackson. We're hearing loads of stuff about Nico Jackson. Actually, maybe he will not be sold and Chelsea will be happy to keep him. And I think that's true. That's why they're throwing out these big numbers like, yeah, 80 million. See there. Because they'll be like, if someone pays 80 million, they'll be like, oh, thanks. Which could, you know. I did say they'd probably take a 65 million. If they over double their money on what is not their first choice striker right now, Chelsea would find it very difficult to say no. But I don't think they're actively trying to sell him. Sechko would be a big ticket arrival, of course, yeah. Who could be viewed as a replacement for Isak. It is unclear whether Newcastle would rate Wissa, Muniz or Jackson in the same category. Yeah, but Jackson's got proven numbers in the Prem. And so's Yohan Wissa, to be honest. Like, you don't know what Sechko. He looks like he could be good, and he hits the ball really hard, and he's big and strong, but you just don't know, do you? Newcastle tried to agree a new improved contract with Isak, and it claimed the club would be prepared to include a release clause that would become active next summer. There you go. This is what I was saying at the top of the video. Find a way to not screw up your employers that are currently platforming you while it's not your last chance either. You've got plenty of time. The 25-year-old is said to favour a move to Liverpool and will be hoping a second official offer is made. Aston Villa's Ollie Watkins is another big name Newcastle striker Newcastle could replace Isak with, although the West Midlands clubs told United their star man is not for sale. Everyone's not for sale until they are. Jackson's not for sale. Isak is not for sale. Watkins is not for sale. But the truth is, they're all for sale for the right price. The data shows how Liverpool can afford Isak. It's already the most expensive recruitment drive in Liverpool's history, but the Premier League champions could smash the world record transfer spending in a single window were they to sign Isak. Arne Slot's side have already splashed out 270 million on new players this summer, nearly 300 million and counting if you add the goalkeeper Mamardashvili, of course, into the other players. So we've got 116 million pounds on Florian Wirtz, and signing Isak would shatter that figure, taking their outlay past 400 million pounds. Nearly £500 million in one window. Almost certainly to eclipse the 405 million spent by Chelsea 2 years ago, which is currently the largest amount by any club in a single transfer window. Liverpool's net spend of 210 million, of course 240 million counting Mamardashvili, already dwarfs that of Todd Bowley's in the summer of 2023, as a result of the latter generating 246 million in sales. Yeah, so Chelsea make loads and loads of player sales. Chelsea make loads of money selling players, and therefore the net spend goes down. But Liverpool, you know, great deal getting Luis Diaz to Bayern Munich, but they're not known for making loads of cash through player sales. It's not part of their model like it is with Chelsea's. But yeah, that's pretty darn crazy, man. Anyway, look, this story will develop. Let me know what you think. Please do leave your thoughts down in the comment section. Do you think Isak's doing the right thing? Would you do it in his position? Would you see him stitching them up? Does he need to think of himself? Is it like, does Liverpool become this super team that everyone fears? Do they become a little bit dysfunctional from too many? Because I've chatted to a few mates about this, and a lot of them would be like, yeah, I reckon Liverpool have made too many changes. We've seen this before with other teams. Personally, I don't think that would be the case, because I feel like they've retained experience in key areas. I know they're bringing Mamardashvili, but they've got Alisson. I know he might be on the decline, but he's been the best goalkeeper in the Premier League. Continuity. You've got Kanate next to Van Dijk still, and really important. That three with the new fullbacks. Of course, you've still got players familiarised in the midfield. You've kept Salah. Do you know what I mean? You've got a couple of players where you've got like Cody Gakpo and stuff. Like key figures, I think, that could carry the change around them. And it's not like they've come off like a really bad season where they need to rebuild. They've come off a great Premier League winning season where all the, you know, the staff and coaches, everyone's happy, they know what works. And that, because of all that put together, I do think it's worrying. Yeah, let me know what you think. Thank you as always for liking and subscribing. Daily content here, of course. Keep it locked to Football Yannick. And I hope to see you back here soon. Peace.